Look at that close up on that. That is so good. Okay, let's dip it in the sauce. Get a bite of that. Here we go. It is crispy. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It is crispy, it is juicy. It's so much flavor. I put the seasonings throughout the whole process. If you guys watch that part, and then I made tenders out of them. Look at that. I noticed with Dave's chicken though, there's this super dark red and it just looks so beautiful. Try it without the sauce and then try it with the sauce. It's so good. All right, you guys, I'm back. Let's jump into this. I'm really actually so excited about this recipe. I'm just making a simple brioche, but I'm actually going to start making them differently because I ordered a special ingredient, which I think might help my bread making. And every time I make these, honestly, you guys, I get better and better because you guys know I suck at baking, but I do my best. So after I'm done weighing it out, I'm going to bring it together and then I'm going to knead it for a while. If you do this recipe, it will be slightly wet. When you start kneading it, it will be slightly wet. And when you keep working it and working it and working it, the gluten will start to develop and then it won't be as wet. And then you should get a nice smooth consistency. And then I let it sit for 30 minutes exactly. This is what it should look like when you're folding it. It should be nice and stretchy. And then I just fold it on top of each other, ball it up again, let it sit for another 30 minutes, and then do that again. You don't have to do it 2 times. 1 time is fine. But after I've done that 2 times, I'm going to sit it in the fridge and let it sit overnight, or I would say about 4 hours at the minimum. And then after that, you guys know I'm just gonna weigh it out. Like I always say, you don't have to do this, but if you want them to be all the same size, all consistent, you should weigh them out. After I weigh them out, I am going to press it down and then ball it up in my hand and roll it in my hand. Halfway through, I'm actually going to get my sheet tray and I'm going to spray the top with oil a little bit, just a little, and then I'm going to smash them down so that they're more of a flattened bun and not such a round bun. Then I bake them at 375 until they're nice and golden brown on the top. I'm going to jump into making my fries. I'm just making a simple crinkle cut fry. I'm making this because, like I mentioned in the mukbang part, I'm trying to do more of like a copycat Dave's hot chicken. So they have crinkle cut fries. So I'm going to be making some crinkle cut fries. And I couldn't see when I was cutting this because this thing is massive. But I'm going to cut those. And then I'm going to toss them in some water, rinse off the starch. Then we're going to get a pot of boiling water and I'm going to add a tablespoon of vinegar. We want that nice fluffy fry when we bite into it. So that's the steps that I'm taking to get that. You do not have to do this step. After I do that, I pull them out of the water and I dry them off on the paper towel. After I'm done drying them on the paper towel, I'm going to par fry them. And I'm only going to do this for about 1 or 2 minutes. That's it. As soon as I'm done par frying them, I'm going to set them on a sheet tray and freeze them freeze them until they're frozen all the way through. I transfer them to a bag because this is what I actually use for my French fries at home instead of buying the bagged French fries. And then whenever you're ready to fry them up, you just throw them in the fryer at 350 and cook them until they're nice and golden. Then I'm going to toss them in this Nashville fried chicken seasonings that you will see me make here in a second. Before I show you guys how to fry up the chicken, I'm going to show you how I made the secret chicken sauce. So basically I'm doing some Japanese mayo, my new obsession, and then I'm going to be doing some ketchup. And then I'm going to add the Nashville fried chicken seasonings that you guys will see me make here in a minute. I'm going to add some pepper. I'll add a half of a lime. Then I add like a teaspoon of nutmeg and a teaspoon of allspice. And that was it. Like that was the secret ingredient. A little bit of Worcestershire. And you guys, it was so perfect. You got to try it. Now I'm just going to move on to making the coleslaw, which is super simple. I'm using purple cabbage and some carrots, a little mayonnaise, salt, sugar, celery salt, and I'm just going to mix that up and add the mayonnaise. Add a little bit of mayonnaise as you go. You don't want to add too much mayonnaise. If you really like it mayonnaisey, you can go ahead and do that. But I just do a little bit as I go so that, you know, I'm not overdoing it with the mayonnaise. I want it to be like light, crisp, crunchy slaw. Not really like heavy. I'm gonna make my version of what I think Nashville fried chicken. These are going to be big measurements because I'm using the seasoning in everything. I used it in the oil. I used it in the chicken marinade. I used it in, you guys just saw, I used it in the sauce. Like I said, everything will be linked down below. I did cayenne pepper, paprika, white pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, brown sugar, and Korean chili flakes. If you don't have that, that's fine. I feel like it added another little dimension. And then I also did not add chili powder because I'm not really a fan of chili powder in Nashville chicken. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't taste that good to me. So now I'm going to make the oil real quick. I feel like for traditional Nashville chicken, they always mix the seasonings and the oil. So you're going to heat up some neutral oil. So I got canola because I didn't have nothing else, but I'm going to pour some of the seasonings we just made into this oil. I'm going to mix it up until it's nice and hot. While that is keeping warm, I'm going to put that on low while I make my chicken. I'm going to have all of that linked below. If you're going to make this, please use chicken tenders because that is what will give you that nice juicy interior and the nice crispy exterior, because chicken tenders are called chicken tenders because they're the tender part of the chicken. So it makes it nice and juicy and tender. That with a mixture of temping your chicken to right. So what I'm going to do is put my chicken into the flour, toss it, get the flour off really, really well. And then I'm going to put it into my dredge. And then I'm going to get as much as the dredge off. And then I'm going to put it back into my flour. And then kind of squeeze the flour into the chicken. And then I'm going to fry it. I'm going to dip it into that hot oil that we made, and the oil needs to be hot. This is another key tip. The oil needs to be hot so that your seasonings stick to the chicken. If you have cold oil, the chicken will be oily. But if it's hot, it's almost like just dipping it into a real hot fryer real quick and bringing it up and seasoning it. So make sure if you make this hot oil, hot Nashville oil, before you season it. And then I'm just gonna make my sandwich real quick, and it was just so good. I can't say enough about this sandwich. I'm really excited for you guys to see this, to try it. If you do, everything just came together so beautiful. You guys might you might feel like I'm over exaggerating in the eating part, but I'm really not. I'm really not, guys. Anyway, I'm so glad that you guys are here. If you are in the comments, right? If you are still here, leave me some chicken emojis down in the comments below, and I will see you in the mukbang part. I love you guys. Hope y'all can see me. Welcome back, you guys. I'm so excited to be back. Of course, I've missed you. I always miss you. But even though I'm gone, I'm constantly thinking about you guys. I'm constantly thinking about the recipes I'm gonna do. But today, as you guys can see from the title, I attempted to make Dave's hot chicken. And if you guys don't know what that is, that appears to be a Nashville fried chicken restaurant in LA or California. I don't know specifically, but I know that every time I see Vartan Fresh and Magic Mikey eat this for their mukbangs, I can just imagine how it tastes. So I was like, I'm gonna try to recreate it in the best way I think that I could, because I've never tried it. What I did was 2 Nashville fried chicken sandwiches with a creamy slaw, my homemade pickles, and of course the Nashville fried chicken. I made some crinkle cut fries with the seasoning, the Nashville fried chicken seasoning, and then some tenders, and then my special chicken sauce with my special chicken sauce, which is so fire, you guys. Oh my gosh, you better have watched the recipe part, because I'm telling you, you're not gonna want to miss this. All right, let's get a close-up. Look at that. Look at that close-up on that. Hopefully it's not too bright. I'm gonna try it without the sauce, and then I'm gonna dip it in sauce. All right, here we go. Look at that. That is so good. That is so good. Wow, okay, let's dip it in the sauce. Get a bite of that. Here we go. It is crispy. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It is crispy. It is juicy. It's so much flavor. I put the seasonings throughout the whole process. If you guys watch that part, it's spicy. The bread is just, oh, look at the bread. The bread is just holding it together. Oh my gosh. And then we got the fries. And then I made tenders out of them. Look at that. I noticed with Dave's chicken though, there's a super dark red and it just looks so beautiful. You guys are gonna love this one. Just look at that. The chicken is so juicy. Chris, you have to come try this. You have to come try this sandwich. Try it without the sauce and then try it with the sauce. It's so good. You gotta try it with the sauce.
My God.
It's so good. It's like the perfect spicy for me. So good. It is so good. I'm sorry. It is, like, I really just don't, I don't know how to.
It's a perfect heat.
It is. It really is. Not only did I add cayenne pepper, you guys, I added some Korean chili flakes. The only thing I didn't add was chili powder. Something about chili powder. I'm just not a big fan of chili powder. We had some fried chicken the other day. Me and Chris had some fried chicken the other day. The fried chicken was just not, it was not it for us. It just was, I don't know what it was. But I should have known because nobody was at the restaurant at like rush hour. And so I was like, I don't think that's a good sign. Everything just works together. The brioche bun, the slaw, the pickles, the heat, the spice of the chicken, the sauce. Look at how beautiful that chicken is. Oh my God. It's so pretty. I don't even want to bite into it. It's like, I feel like I'm saving it for something. I'm going to call it quits there because I feel like I can get carried away with this one. I can get so carried away with this. This is too good. Shout out to Dave's Chicken for the inspo. And that was delicious. It might not be exactly the same, but this is definitely good. I will see you in the next video. I gotta hurry up and get this up for you guys.